What is going on, guys? So today we got in our monthly update for the month of March, which is the first update post our DLCs finally being completed. So we had in February Apocalypse come out, and since then I've been kind of curious to see what DICE would be bringing out now that our DLCs are completed. We've seen some stuff pop up on the community test environment that has been pretty interesting. Everything from bug fixes to actual new weapon variants. So I was pretty excited to see what would be showing up for this month, but it seems like DICE is just focusing on bug fixes. I may mention this before in a previous video not too long ago that DICE was working on fixing the tripwire bug. If you've been killed by a tripwire bug a lot lately, that's because it's been easier to detonate those tripwires, and DICE has been aware of this. And today they finally put in a fix for this. They as well made fixes for things like the heavy bomber spawning in on the attacking side, taking damage on maps like Caporetto. They as well fixed some lighting features on the battlefield for players who are inside a dark room looking outwards, and they've made it more visible for some of the maps. They did make mention in the patch notes that some of the images you're seeing here look more noticeable than others, but they did say they made improvements for the specific maps. So again, for this update, it seems like DICE is mainly focusing on bug fixes. No real news yet on any of the weapon variants coming out that we've been seeing on the CTE. As of right now, the CTE has another build up that's mainly focusing on improving stability. So it seems like they've moved on from that, and they're mainly focusing on other factors to hopefully bring in better improvements on the battlefield. So interesting stuff going on here from DICE, as since our DLCs have been completed, there's no actual official date they have to bring things out anymore. They even made mention of this about on the CTE. Some posts on the Reddit forum that made mention that they do want to hopefully bring things out, but they have a smaller team now, and you know, everything is not going to be necessarily guaranteed to come out. But I still think we're looking pretty good on maybe in our next month having some of those weapon variants come out. We did have a Q&A on Twitter today where some of the devs replied to some comments alluding to hopefully some more content coming out on the battlefield that they can't discuss. Now, we did have a new operation campaign show up today. We have the Fire and Ice, which is a operation campaign we've done before, where you play on maps like Fort de Vaux and Verdun Heights, and on the two other maps you play on Brussels Keep and Galicia. But for these operations battle packs that you get by playing operation campaigns, we're still having the same puzzle pieces that we've been dealing with before. Now, fortunately, I was actually able to finally complete the last puzzle piece I needed to have both those knives completed. Now, I would hopefully like to see DICE maybe bring in some new puzzle pieces for us to build. I think having new melee weapons and new dog tags are a way to keep Battlefield fresh for players like myself who continue to play Battlefield on a daily basis. So hopefully DICE does things like this. Even though our DLCs are done, it does help keep the game less stale, and little things like dog tags and melee weapons I think go a very long way. So hopefully the stuff that DICE has alluded to on the Q&A today will give us a little bit of hope that there are again more content coming out. We've seen again more stuff show up on the CTE, but hopefully things like new community missions and things along those lines will continue to make Battlefield less stale for our second year in Battlefield 1. But that's basically it for you guys today. Wanted to give you a quick run through on what was showing up in that couple of gigabytes that you'll be seeing downloading once you run your Battlefield 1 game. But again, I appreciate you guys being here. My name's Livin, and I'll catch you guys again later. Peace.